Hello.
That's a
Hi.
familiar logo.
I've never seen it in my life.
Oh, my ears.
Ow, your ear.
That's a familiar sound.
Welcome to...
And this is a familiar title screen sequence.
Hey, welcome...
Have we been here?
No, you haven't.
Oh,
No, you
okay.
haven't, Jack.
You haven't. I was here.
I've witnessed the LP
Maybe.
the first time it was done.
Anyway, we're redoing Sonic Triple
We're going
Trouble
back to
in
1994.
high-quality HD graphics. Shush you.
Hot.
HD, he says with the screen crunch.
This still looks way better than the original recording.
This
Any-
is...
Any Game Gear game.
This is HD with Game Gear size screen, because if I stretch it, then it looks
Horrible.
not
no.
good.
I have learned the hard way over time that it is actually not worth stretching something to fulfill the YouTube aspect ratio, because the aspect ratio of the game, the visually, should be conserved over that.
Yes. So, fuck you.
You
Anyway,
gonna collect all the rings?
He's gonna try to.
You
problem
you
with-
passed through that
the-
one like three
The
times.
problem with the Game Gear games is that
They're jank as
the
fuck.
the hit detection for grabbing rings is the worst thing in the world. Like, you have to have a very specific spot on Sonic's sprite touching the
no,
ring.
it's specifically when he's in that weird flipping motion. Any other point, he's fine. As long as his sprite actually touches it.
You know, I wonder if that was inspiration for his recovery and sprawl because of the fact that he just busted out a fucking spring for a monitor.
Maybe. One can only hope. Anyway, in Sonic Triple Trouble, in order to get to a special stage, you have to have 50 rings, and then you have to find the Chaos Emerald box. There's one in every stage. And I have 102 rings, which means
You just have to
I'm
find
A-okay.
the box.
You have too many, you have to
Yeah,
get hit.
what? Oh, no. Hell no. God, no. Anyway, instead of finding the box right away, I'm gonna go get an extra life.
You could tell
I know this
Landon
game.
knows this game. I was gonna say, you could tell Landon knows this game well, because he even remembered the enemy placement to avoid getting hit by that and losing all his rings. This man's not hesitating to get to different destinations, like, he is ready to go.
Have you played this
Yeah.
game more than any other Sonic game, Landon?
Probably at this point.
Even if that's not true, he definitely knows this game better than, like, any other Sonic fan I know does.
Yes, tomorrow's Tuesday. Tomorrow I work. Before I go to work, we can go get lottery tickets.
Oh,
And there's the
Oh,
box.
and here's the box.
Oh, eerie.
Go away. Anyway, we're in this first special stage.
What?
If you have not seen our first LP, or if you've never seen this game before, the special stages work like so. There is the 1, 3, and 5 are maze-like ones, which they are their own level. You have to get to the end of the stage
Before time runs out.
before time runs out to collect this emerald. 2 and 4, they are collect the rings while you're in a plane. At the end of each one is a boss fight with God's gift to gaming, Knack the Weasel, or Fang the Sniper.
I forgot, why did they have a couple different names for this dude?
maybe.
I'm not entirely sure, but I will blame the Archie comics
I want to blame the fact that,
and Sonic the
I want
Fighters.
to blame the fact that his name sounds like a gun, so maybe that's why.
Yeah. It probably has to do with Sonic the Fighters, I think he's called One in that, and in this game he's Knack the Weasel.
I think this one he's Knack the Weasel, and Fighters he's Fang the Sniper.
They changed his name to Fang the Sniper because they could foresee the release of Knack on the PS4 20 years in advance.
God damn. That's that Sega foresight for you.
They obviously didn't want to, take any thunder away from the greatest game ever made.
That was great. The way that you slid.
This is Knack the Fang.
Knack the Fang.
This is the Sniper, the Weasel.
Sniping Weasel.
Ah!
Oh yeah, isn't the first one like
The
a
first
gimme?
encounter... Yes, the first one is a gimme. He will set himself on fire and then run away.
What the fuck?
Every time.
That's like I'm trying to remember. Wasn't there a part in Sonic? It's either Sonic 3 or Sonic and Knuckles where? Oh no, it's on the Launch Base Zone where he tries to fuck with you when you're on the Eggmobile, but because the fucking like Death Egg is taking off in the background, he ends up like falling off the platform that he's standing on.
Rip.
Ow.
Also, I want another extra life. Thanks.
Oh. He auto-cannibalizes himself.
Oh, and another extra life. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Is it all the Game Gear games that
The
have
signpost. Yeah. With the signpost, if you're playing as Sonic and you get Sonic's face, you get an extra life. If you're playing as Tails and you get a Tails on the signpost, you get an extra life. Or if you get the opposite character, you get 1,000 points. And then Flickies is nothing. And then if it's a blank, it means a retry. And then I think there's a ring where you get an extra 10 rings. There's a couple different signpost things.
It's like the Sonic 1 and 2 Game Gear because, well, I thought it was like if you had a certain amount of rings, you got a different signpost.
It's in this game. If you get the ring, you get 10 rings. If you get one of the character faces, you either get an extra life or 1,000 points. I want up there.
Give me up.
Give me up. Blocks.
Although if I remember correctly, the Game Gear games were also a pain in the ass because of the fact that I think they were the most painful if you lost rings.
I don't know.
I just remember it being like impossible to get your rings back.
That's because they don't drop.
Ah. I mean, you got garbage rings back in the Genesis games, but at least you got rings back.
Yeah, in this game, that's why they kind of litter it with the rings, is because you don't get your rings back.
That's why Sonic Mania is the best.
Or if you're playing Sonic 1 8-bit, you don't get rings during boss fights.
Oh yeah, they say fuck you, everything's Death Egg Zone.
Yeah.
What was it, no, but that's why Sonic Mania is the best, because, the combi ring, makes it so I think you could collect every single ring you dropped if you get all the big rings.
Well, you should be able to.
Yeah.
Dang it, I missed. Boop. Boop. Good enough. I think I'm gonna end the game with like 12 or 13 lives. Just because I feel like it.
I was gonna say, you're already at 8, so unless you make some, like, drastically horrible mistakes later on, I'm pretty sure you'll be way above that.
At some point, I think I just
Stop trying to go for
stopped
extra
caring
lives.
about grinding. Ooh, there was an extra life up there. I don't think I go for it.
At some point, I stopped caring about grinding, but right now it's not that time. Ooh, an extra life.
No, that is not this video. No, I'm going for the, I'm going for this.
There we go.
This one's kind of a bitch because you have to have enough momentum, but if you go too fast, you hit the signpost.
You get fogged.
You have to be careful. because right after that is the signpost.
So yeah, that means you get bugged if you either did not do enough or you do too much.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Guys, who did it better, these sequences or Super Mario Kart on the SNES?
For airplanes?
The whole visual style where it's like, it's kind of 3D, but it's not.
Mario, because you don't have to get fucking Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah, but Super Mario Kart controls like ass.
Landon, do these sequences control like ass?
Kind of.
Well,
I mean, the problem with it is unless you know the ring pattern, you're not gonna move fast enough in order to like hit those rings.
by the end of the day,
So you have to memorize the pattern.
It doesn't help that they blip into existence way too fast. And then by the time you try to react to get over there, it's just like, oh, you just missed like 20 rings.
well, by the
Now they do spit out enough rings where you can hit the 80, so it's no problem.
well, by the end of the day, isn't Sonic Advance 3's tornado sections really only just slightly better than this?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Pretty much.
As much as I love Sonic Advance 3, that is a fault. I do not like any of the Advance series special stages anyway, but 3 is pretty bad.
I don't remember ones, but I know 2 you were like falling somewhere.
2 was a fight against the Zero robot from Sonic Adventure 1.
Was it? What was that falling section then? It was like a falling section.
That was if you're falling on a snowboard in Sonic Advance 1.
Oh, is that what that was?
In Sonic Advance 3, you're flying in the plane.
What's with all it's like Sonic Advance was trying to do like a variation of the half pipe, but without the half pipe.
We don't need no half pipe. Half pipes are overrated.
You say that, but after Sonic Advance 3, that's all we fucking got.
Damn it, I demand the whole pipe.
It's all encompassing.
You know, getting to special stages in Sonic Advance 2 might have been a pain in the dick, but like at the very least, the special stages themselves were piss easy. Once you got there.
No, but Sonic Advance 3 had a retarded requirement because you get all this fucking chow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. The Chow shit was... Oh my god. It's like...
At the very least, though, once you got a Chow, you never have to recollect it.
That is true.
No, but good
It's
luck
just
finding the fuckers.
it's so much extra work, and on top of that, you still have to like go through a few more hoops just to get the special stage itself. You're only getting the Chow just to unlock the ability to get into a special stage. You still have to actually get to it.
Well, yeah, when you're...
Well, I mean, getting in Sonic Advance 3, it's just in the hub world.
No, but here's the thing. When you finish tearing your hair out trying to find the fucking Chow, now you get to hate yourself trying to get all the fucking rings to get the emerald.
I just remember not getting more than like a couple of the Chaos Emeralds in Sonic Advance 3 because I just did not want to go through all the effort.
I remember using Action Replay to get the Chaos Emeralds.
Sonic Advance 3, I only got 3 of them.
That's when you know something wrong happened, because like Sonic Rush,
It's Knuckles.
because like there's games where like the special stages are like obscene, but they're still like doable. Like Sonic Rush had like the later special stages were really fucking hard, but you at least could get to them
Dude,
pretty easily.
Fuck the last one.
Yeah, oh my god. The last one's so bad.
In Rush?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
It's so hard. Like you need absolutely perfectly precise movement in order to get through
Oh
it.
yeah, I eventually did get that emerald.
Oh, me too. But I am not going to excuse the fact that it was still stupid.
The Rush Adventure wasn't much better.
No, I mean the special stages in Rush Adventure were easy. Getting to them was a pain in the ass because you have to like go to fucking like just explore all the uncharted territory on the fucking map
Yeah.
just to find one island so you can like race against Johnny. But like once you actually get there, the race itself is actually fairly simple and pretty easy.
There's like I can't. There's like one or two that are difficult, and I don't even think the last one was like the
Extra
most
life.
difficult. I think actually I remember like the fifth one being the most difficult for me, but like they're still fun and like yeah, like you said, it's not nearly as bad as Sonic Rush.
The Sonic 4's 7 special stage ass too.
Yeah, fuck Sonic 4.
It's kind of
Just in general, fuck Sonic 4.
yeah,
The funny thing
it's
is,
kind of. Oh, go ahead.
Sonic 4 special stages kind of have this like. You can kind of take your time, but then you can also speed up because like you can actually like choose how fast you want Sonic to go in those. The problem is that if you're not like blitzing it in special stage 7, you're gonna run out of time before you get the fucking emerald.
No, Justin. The problem with Sonic 4 is tolerating Sonic 4 enough to want to do the special stages in the first place.
Hey, I got all 7.
Are we talking about episode 1 special stages?
No, I
or
was
episode
mostly
2
talking about
special
episode
stages?
Episode 2.
Because it's the
Episode 1 special stages are fine.
well, because like I said,
Piss easy water.
in special stage 7 of Sonic 4 episode 2, if you're not blitzing it, you're gonna run out of time before you actually get any enough fucking rings for the emerald.
And this is why I like this game's special stages.
Because I was gonna say, it's kind of funny that when it comes to the portable Sonic games, the most tolerable, doable special stages are actually from the Game Gear games, because none of the ones afterwards are very good.
Well, because the Game Gear ones are actually the most unique because they're never repeated.
Yeah, they're usually some sort of like challenge stage.
I'm not even as big on the Game Gear games as you are, Landon, but I will say that it is a fucking travesty that when they were celebrating the history of Sonic with like stuff like Generations and shit, they did not put anything from the Game Gear games. Or even if
It's because Sega likes to pretend it doesn't exist.
Yeah, like not even in fucking like Generations 3DS, which was supposed to be a quote-unquote celebration of the handheld games,
Sonic Heroes.
even though it included nothing from Sonic Advance or any of the Game Gear games.
it had one stage that was actually from Sonic Rush. There was one stage that you can argue was from a handheld game because it was Sonic Colors, but because it was supposed to represent the DS version of the game. But it could have gone either way, really. And then everything else was still stuff that was on the home console games.
Yeah, it's like in the console version, it was like 3 eras: Genesis, Dreamcast, and
Anything after that.
Modern.
Yeah.
And like, why not on the 3DS version? Why did they not do fucking
Game Gear Advance Rush.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I know the reason why. It's because Dimps didn't have a budget, and they only had like 6 months of time to develop the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty much exactly why. It was a cheap cash grab.
It's just, like, there's a couple of stages that you can argue, okay, fine, because they appeared in, like, the Sonic Collection stuff that they put on, like, the DS, because I know they had the Classics Collection where you had, like, 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles. So, like, you can argue, yeah, Casino Night, Mushroom Hill, okay, whatever. But then you get to Radical Highway, and yes, I love Radical Highway, but that in no way, shape, or form was ever on a handheld, ever.
Well, here's the thing. When you do, like,
Sure is.
if you look at the, like, Mushroom Hill Zone and shit like that, they're not, like, I guess you could say remix stages, like how, Generations on the consoles was. It was the exact same fucking Genesis, level. Because, both Green Hill and Mushroom Hill, they were exactly structured the same way that they were on the Genesis.
Oh, you mean for the classics?
Yeah, they were exactly alike.
The easiest tell for that is at the end, they give you a checkpoint at the end of Mushroom Hill Act 1, right before where the boss fight would be in the original stage, but there's no boss fight, so the stage just ends right after you get a checkpoint.
Yeah, it's abrupt as shit.
Yeah.
Was Generation...
Oh boy, rocket
Oh,
shoes.
Rocket!
Oh, shit.
Was Generations the day...
Well, that was cool.
Was Generations when, they finally realized that Dimps fucking suck?
Well, I mean...
No, because they gave Dimps the chance to do fucking Sonic 4 Episode 2, and that came out after Generations.
That is
You
true.
know what? Here's the thing about Dimps. This is what I don't understand about Dimps. It's like there was a massive fucking downgrade in the DS era because, like back in Sonic Advance, the physics weren't exactly the same as the Genesis, but they were damn near close to it. But then come the fucking era of the DS, and it's like Dimps just shat themselves, and it's like they don't even resemble the Genesis physics anymore.
Well, I mean,
I'm gonna give Dimps some credit. They tried to drastically change the formula with Sonic when they moved from Advance to Rush with the boost, and they tried really hard to do some different things that were better received than how Sonic Team themselves did some drastically different things. But at the same time, they couldn't keep up with that level of quality, and it also didn't translate well when they started making higher budget games. Like they started moving to like the home consoles, and they tried to start doing like bigger things basically with Sonic. They couldn't do it. They just weren't kind of studio.
I mean, I would argue that Dimps was doing a good enough job with Advance and Rush. It just wasn't until they started doing the cheap cash grab games like Sonic 4, because let's be honest, that was a cheap cash grab, as well as Generations on the 3DS and Sonic Lost World on the 3DS, which was their last game. Because I just remembered that existed, actually.
Which is a damn shame, because that game... Holy shit.
Well, I mean, let's be real. Sonic Lost World sucks no matter what console you're playing it on.
I've heard it's at least tolerable on the Wii U.
Well, I
Yeah.
played it in Wii U. I still think Sonic Forces is a better game, believe it or not.
Well, yeah, that's because Sonic Forces at least functions like the boost games, which are
Sonic Forces isn't bad. It's just incredibly boringly average.
Well, I said
that's
it was
the biggest
mediocre.
issue with it. It doesn't do anything exciting. It doesn't do anything super horrible. It's just there.
You know, the most exciting thing about Sonic Forces, at least in my mind at the time, I thought was going to be Infinite, just to see what they do with him. And then when I found out it was
my main
Oh.
thing that makes me really frustrated with Sonic Forces is that they had some incredibly awesome stage aesthetics, but they just didn't have as much inspired stage design. I really wish that they could have just had more time put into the game, because it doesn't look like they actually spent as much time on the game so much as they did the updated engine for the game.
For me, Infinite got the Jiren treatment. His backstory was fucking retarded.
Yeah, Infinite wasn't all that great either. He was like, hey, here's this character. He's supposed to be brooding and incredibly powerful, but...
He's just a huge edgelord.
Yeah,
I like
They built him up so much too. They were like, "Oh, you guys gotta witness this guy," and he was just in the game. He's just okay, whatever.
I like my idea better, where I thought that he's the created character from the future become an edgelord. Because my idea was that it was actually a joke that Sega was making, because how OCs...
God, the scrolling for that fight was just
how
amazing.
OCs start out relatively mundane until they just keep adding on to the OC until it becomes an abomination, and then that would become Infinite.
Landon, you did not give that boss even a chance. It was just nothing.
Oh.
Fuck that boss. Alright, well, that was the footage of Sonic Triple Trouble with whatever that audio was. Next time,